Welcome to Easy to Love Yoga with Shanna. Today we're going to do a chair practice using just the chair. No yoga strap is required. So let's start by sitting forward in our chair. So our glutes are on the chair, our hamstrings are off the chair. A nice 90-degree bend at the knees, feet flat on the floor. Resting your hands at your lap, sitting nice and tall, closing your eyes and noticing your breath. Taking a moment to scan your body now, starting at the crown of your head, working all the way down to your toes. Notice any areas you need to be mindful of as you move through this practice today. Remember to always keep yourself safe, and if something doesn't feel right, you do not need to do that pose. Please wait for us to move on to something else. Starting with our 4 square breathing exercise. Inhaling through the nose for a count of 4, 3, 2, 1. Retain your breath. 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale through the nose. 4, 3, 2, 1. Retain the emptiness. 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. Retain. Exhale. Retain. Inhale, ensure your shoulders are relaxed. Retain. Exhale. Retain. Inhale, sitting tall. Retain. Exhale. Retain. Inhale. Retain. Exhale. Retain. Returning now to your regular breath and just noticing if you're breathing deeply. Gently opening your eyes. We're going to start by rolling our shoulders to the back of the room, releasing any tension you might still have in your shoulders. And now rolling the shoulders to the front of the room. Beautiful. And now we're going to begin by introducing some cow and cat breath. So with cow, inhaling, reaching those arms, looking up. Exhaling to cat, arching the back towards the back of the room. Inhale to cow, looking up and reaching high. Exhaling to cat, arching the back, reaching back. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. This time on our inhale, we're going to come up off of our chair into a standing chair pose, holding for 2 counts. And then exhaling, sitting back onto your chair. Exhaling to cat. Inhale to cow, stand. Exhale to cat, arch the back. Inhale to cow. Exhale to cat. Inhale to cow and lift. Exhale to cat and sit. Last time. Inhale to cow and lift. And exhale to cat and sit. Beautiful. And just coming back into a nice tall seated position. Bringing your feet on a little diagonal in front of the body. Resting the elbow on one leg and drawing the opposite arm up to the sky. Looking through the fingers at the ceiling. And now adding a little extra to this stretch. Still looking up through the fingers. Coming back to center. And back into our seated position. And now the same thing on the opposite side. Bringing the elbow to the leg. Opposite hand comes up. Looking up through the fingers to the ceiling. And now adding a deeper bend, still looking up through the fingers. Bringing that hand back to center and slowly coming back into our starting position. And now once again, taking the elbow to the knee, and this time drawing the arm across the body. Really stretch and reach the fingers in the same direction as the toes. Really reaching, looking through the fingers. Coming back into a seated position and bringing the opposite elbow to the other knee. Once again, drawing the arm across the body, bringing the fingers in the same direction as the toes, and really stretching, reaching, looking through the fingers. And coming back into our seated position, bringing those feet together once again. Nice 90-degree bend at the knees, feet flat on the ground, bringing the arms into a T position, sitting nice and tall in your chair, and on an exhale, twisting to one side, stopping at the sensation of the stretch. And we're going to hold here for 6 rounds of breath. One more round of breath here. Coming back to center. Beautiful. And on an exhale, twist in the opposite direction, stopping at the sensation of the stretch. 6 rounds of breath. One more round of breath here. And returning to our starting position. This time one hand drops by the chair, the other hand comes straight up, looking through the fingers at the ceiling. 6 rounds of breath. One more round of breath here. Coming back to our starting position. And now the same thing on the opposite side. One hand lowers, the other hand comes up, looking through the fingers at the ceiling. 6 rounds of breath. One last breath here, and coming back to center and just rolling the shoulders once again to the back as you allow the arms to lower, and rolling the shoulders forward. Beautiful. Now we're going to bring our arms in front of the body slightly, bringing the palms up. We're going to rotate and bring the palms up again behind us, rotating, lifting the palms in front, and rotate to the back, palms up in front. Palms up behind, palms up in front, palms up behind, palms up in front, palms up behind. One last time, palms up in front. One last time, palms up behind. Beautiful. Allow the hands to lower, grabbing the chair with one side, lifting the fingers high to the sky, just really reaching. Allowing that hand to come down to the chair, opposite side, stretch and reach. Changing sides once again, stretch and reach. Change again, stretch and reach straight overhead. And this time when we change, we stretch and reach right over as far as you find comfortable. Changing sides, stretching and reaching over as far as you find comfortable. Change sides, stretch and reach. Changing one last time, stretch and reach. And coming back to center, beautiful. Resting your hands on your lap here, closing your eyes, drawing one ear towards the shoulder. Stretching out the neck here, not trying to touch the shoulder with the ear. Breathing deeply, sitting tall. Returning the head to the starting position, and this time bringing the opposite ear to the other shoulder. Once again, not trying to touch the shoulder with the ear. Just enjoying the beautiful stretch in the neck. Coming to center and drawing the chin down towards the chest, stretching the back of the neck. Returning to center and lifting the chin up high, stretching the front of the neck. And returning to center, opening the eyes, bringing the arms into a nice cactus pose. Now we're going to drop the hands forward and bring them back to our starting position. So a forward drop, back to start. A forward drop, back to start. Bring them forward, back to the top, forward, back to the top. And this time bringing them forward and pausing here. This is now going to be our new starting point. We're going to lower the hands, bring them back to start. Lower, back to start. Lower, back to start. Lower, back to start. One more time. Lower, back to start. And bring them all the way up to center and lower. Back to center and up. Center, lower, center, up. One more time. Center, lower, center, up. Beautiful. Draw one arm across the body, relaxing the shoulders, supporting under the elbow. Sitting nice and tall in your chair, breathing deeply. One more breath here. Now take that hand high, reach down to the shoulder, and just support underneath the elbow here, keeping the elbow close to the head, pointed upward if you can. Touching the shoulders with the fingertips if you can. One more breath here. And let's change sides, drawing one arm across the body, supporting under the elbow, relaxing the shoulder. Sitting tall, breathing deeply. One more breath here. Reach that hand high, drop the fingers to the shoulder, support under the elbow, keeping the elbow close to the head, pointed upward if you can. One more breath here. Relax, roll the shoulders to the back. And roll the shoulders forward. Beautiful. This time we're going to bring both arms up. We're going to touch down one shoulder with the fingers. Bring that arm forward and touch down the other side. Now we're going to alternate touching with one side a little bit quicker. Alternating that touch. Trying to reach in between the shoulder blades, behind the neck. Touching down. Beautiful. This time holding one hand down and bringing the other hand down, lifting those elbows high, thinking about opening the chest here, lifting the chest, opening the chest. Elbows are nice and high. Hands are touching behind you, touching the shoulder blades, in between the shoulder blades, upper part of the back and shoulders. One more breath here, and let's just relax and roll the shoulders to the back. And roll them forward. Beautiful. Let's just shake out the wrists. We're going to draw the hands together at heart center. We're just going to apply pressure and bring the fingers in one direction and hold. Coming back to center and apply pressure the opposite direction and hold. Now this is gentle pressure. There should be no pain here. Coming back to center, gentle pressure to one direction. Coming back to center, gentle pressure the opposite direction. We're going to do one more round. Coming back to center, gentle pressure to one side. Back to center, gentle pressure in the other direction. And back to center. Keeping the hands in prayer, we're going to lower the fingers forward. Bring the backs of the hands together and circle the hands around back into prayer. Let's do that slowly one more time. Lower the fingers forward. Bring the backs of the hands together and circle around into prayer. And let's do 5 of these at your own pace. Taking your time. One last time. And stopping in prayer. We're going to do this in the opposite direction, and it's going to feel a little bit odd. We don't normally move our hands in this direction. So just bringing the fingers slightly towards the body, backs of the hands together, and circle through into prayer. One more time slowly, fingers slightly towards the body, backs of the hands together, and circle through. And now do 5 of these at your own pace. One more time. Stopping in prayer. Once again, using the fingers and lowering to one side. Coming back to center, lowering the opposite way. Back to center, this time lower forward. Back to center, lower towards you. Back to center, lower forward. Back to center and lower towards you. Back to center, let's roll out the wrists in one direction. And roll out the wrists in the opposite direction. Beautiful. Now we're going to take one heel and place it down on the floor in front of us. Take your hands, walk them down, hold behind your calves here. Keep a nice straight spine. Looking up, nice straight tall spine here. Feeling a nice stretch coming through the back of the legs. Keeping a slight bend in the knee, just holding on to the calves. Breathing deeply. Two more rounds of breath here. Beautiful. Slowly allow the hands to come up the legs. Bring that foot flat to the ground once again. And now we're going to do the opposite side, extending that heel out, allowing the hands to walk down the leg until you reach the calves. Thinking about keeping a nice straight spine here. Breathing deeply, looking forward. Two more rounds of breath. Slowly allow the hands to drift back up the legs and bring that foot once again flat. Beautiful. Now we're just going to extend the feet out slightly. Have the toes on a little bit of a diagonal and just walk those feet forward. We're going to come down and we're just going to touch down and once again reach for our calves. Just holding here the front of the shin or the calves, whatever feels most comfortable for you. Pausing for a moment here. And now let's taking it down a little bit further, down to the ankles. Feeling that nice stretch in the low back. Relaxing here. Now I want you to hold on to one ankle as you take the other hand and you rotate slowly, bringing the hand to the sky, looking up through the fingers for 4 rounds of breath. Now slowly rotate back down to the starting point. So the hand is once again at the ankle. We're going to pause here for a moment. Now holding on that side, taking the opposite hand, rotating, looking up through the fingers, overhead, 4 rounds of breath. And slowly rotating back to the starting position, pausing. And now take the opposite hand to the sky, rotating upward, 6 rounds of breath. One more breath here. Slowly rotating to the starting position and pausing. This time the opposite hand to the sky, rotating upwards, 6 rounds of breath. One more breath. Slowly rotating back to the starting position, pause. Last time, opposite hand comes high to the sky, rotating upward, looking through the fingers, 6 rounds of breath. One last breath. Rotating back, pausing. Opposite hand comes up for the last time, rotating upwards, 6 rounds of breath, looking through the fingers. One last breath here. And rotate down. Pausing here for a moment. Slowly allowing the hands to drift up to get to the knees. Pausing at the knees for just a moment. Coming all the way back up into a seated position. Bringing those feet forward. Once again, 90-degree bend at the knees, feet flat on the ground. I'm just going to roll the shoulders out to the back. Roll the shoulders out to the front. Beautiful. And just resting your hands on your lap, sitting nice and tall, breathing deeply, closing your eyes, noticing your breath. Taking a moment to scan your body once again, from the crown of your head down to your toes, noticing without judgment if there's any changes from the scan you did at the start of class. Focusing once again on your breath. Bringing your hands together at heart center. Thank you so much for sharing your energy with this practice, for taking this mindful time for yourself and discovering that it really is easy to love yoga. I hope you have a fantastic day. Namaste.